It is Saturday, February 28, 2026. This morning, the Middle East woke up to a different world. In a massive daylight blitz, the United States and Israel have launched what President Donald Trump is calling a major combat operations inside Iran. This isn't just another precision strike like Operation Midnight Hammer. It is a coordinated attempt to dismantle the Iranian regime.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime.
This operation has one single objective: regime change. Tomahawk missiles rain down on Tehran and all over Iran. What comes next after this operation? We're breaking down everything you know about Operation Epic Fury. Please note that as the joint US-Israeli military operation against Iran is ongoing, the information presented in this video is current only as of 11 p.m. Philippine time. Now, back to the video. So, why today? The trigger was the failed negotiations of the Geneva nuclear talks yesterday, February 27. After months of build-up and Trump's 10-day ultimatum, the United States stated that diplomacy had officially failed. This strategy was set weeks ago. Open source intelligence reports a massive air corridor, more than 100 flights of C-17 Globemaster III and C-5M Galaxy cargo aircrafts, other US tankers, and combat aircrafts were transported in the Middle East since January. We saw the USS Gerald R. Ford and the USS Abraham Lincoln move into position, creating an armada in the Middle East. Coupled with the internal chaos in Iran, following the brutal crackdown on protesters in early January, Washington and Tel Aviv saw a window of opportunity they couldn't ignore. An opportunity to undo the 1979 Iranian Revolution. The night before the operation began, the United States had announced it had evacuated non-essential embassy personnel and their families from Israel and Lebanon. When the United States announced this, you know it's about to happen. Several countries followed suit, like Canada, the United Kingdom, and Germany, have evacuated all embassy personnel in the region. The strikes began at the start of the Iranian workweek. Reports indicate that the opening wave specifically targeted the Iranian leadership. This joint US and Israeli military operation have conducted decapitation strikes. 7 missiles reportedly hit the district housing of the Supreme Leader's office and the presidential palace. Headquarters and communication hubs of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps were hit to paralyze their command and control, and various air defense and ballistic missile sites have been hit. So far, what we know is Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps commander, General Mohammad Pakpour, and Iranian Defense Minister Amir Nazardeh were killed in Israeli strikes and have killed other senior military officials. But it is not just air power. This is a psychological war. In his announcement of the military operation, US President Donald Trump has publicly offered a complete immunity to any IRGC members who lay down their weapons now and promise certain death to those who don't.
To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity.
Iran hasn't stayed silent. As we speak, a barrage of drones and ballistic missiles have been launched towards Israel. Also, Iran launched ballistic missiles against US bases in Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and the United Arab Emirates. Now, let us talk about the significant risks of this conflict. First, to the global economy. If the Strait of Hormuz is closed, oil prices could skyrocket instantly, inflation will occur, markets may collapse, and the effect will be immediate and destructive.
This is Sepah Navy, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy. From now on, all navigating through the Strait of Hormuz is forbidden. No ship in every type is not allowed to pass from the Strait of Hormuz till next notice. This is Sepah Navy, out.
Increased escalation. Following reported Iranian strikes on U.S. bases in Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and UAE, any move by Tehran to close the Strait of Hormuz would likely pressure Gulf states and other U.S. allies to intervene. Furthermore, with the reported Iranian strikes on the aforementioned countries, if this continues, these countries would not hesitate to use force to defend itself and to join the United States and Israel in conducting military operations inside Iran. U.S. allies may also intervene, significantly increasing the risk, turning this a regional war. Now, what happens if the regime falls? Critics are already asking, if the regime falls, who fills the vacuum? Is there a plan for a stable democracy, or are we witnessing a start of another Iraq 2.0? We will find out soon. Lastly, civilian casualties. The first victim of wars are always the civilians. Civilian casualties will mount. State media in Iran has already reported casualties, including a strike near a school in southern Iran. The humanitarian cost is the great unknown for this operation. Operation Epic Fury is the largest military intervention of the Trump presidency. It is a high-stakes gamble that the Iranian people must take this opportunity seriously to take over their government, as what President Trump stated earlier.
The government, it will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations.
Whether this leads to a new era of peace or a decade of a forever war remains to be seen. Now, back to you guys. What do you think? Is the regime change through air power possible? Or is this the start of a much larger conflict? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe on my YouTube channel, and see you in the next video.